Hello, welcome to episode 7 of Wrestle Zone. It's been quite a while since I've done an episode, but sorry about that. It's been quite a while since I've done an episode, but figured it was time to do one. So the Elimination Chamber was last night. Bray Wyatt won the world title, finally, in the Chamber. Naomi won the SmackDown Women's Championship from Alexa Bliss. I'm trying to think here. Some of the matches weren't that impressive. Mickie James lost to Becky Lynch. Which brings me to my first gripe. WWE, if you're only going to bring back legends to basically lay down for the younger stars, then there's no point to it. Because I understand, putting over the younger superstars, but they don't look... If the legends never win at all, then they don't look like much of a threat, do they? So you gotta take that into consideration. Overall, it was a good pay-per-view, though. I mean, it's better than the Royal Rumble, that's for sure. Highlight of the Royal Rumble was the John Cena versus AJ Styles championship match. That was pretty good. But outside of that, it was pretty lackluster. There was no surprise entrance. So, it's kind of a waste, really. But, well, you'll have that. So much for the WWE listening to fans. So the next pay-per-view is the Fastlane, which is the Raw one. So far, the matches that are booked for that are Goldberg versus Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship and Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns singles match. It's kind of obvious who's going to win the Goldberg match. Goldberg's going to win, go to WrestleMania, and probably drop the title to Lesnar, so that's really no surprise there. It just kind of ruins it, in my opinion. Looking ahead to WrestleMania, several matches are already basically set in stone. Goldberg versus Lesnar, of course. Shaq versus Big Show, which should be interesting, quite frankly. They're talking about Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice. I don't know why. That's a stupid match in my opinion, but what do I know? Whatever. There's talk of there's talk about Undertaker basically laying down for Roman Reigns. So WWE, I'm telling you right now, that's a bad idea. If you want to get Reigns cheered, that's not the way to do it. Now, I have a perfect way that you could do it. If you're willing to listen. Sorry, morning mucus. First of all, you see what our resources are, what's available for WrestleMania. I would take Jim Ross, put him on commentary, put Shawn Michaels on commentary with him. Liking that, right? We put Mr. McMahon as the special guest timekeeper. We put Stone Cold Steve Austin as the guest referee. And then we have the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker, team with Roman Reigns in a 6-man tag match. Against who, right? Well, you want somebody credible, so I'm thinking guys like, put Mark Henry, Braun Strowman, 2 big guys, and then the third guy, whatever. throw somebody in there. But you throw all that in that match, you know, Brothers of Destruction and Roman Reigns with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special guest referee. And then you have the Brothers of Destruction and Roman Reigns win the match. Stone Cold does his beer thing with them, hands them all beer and celebrate in the ring afterwards. Getting a little ahead of myself though, but instead of Roman Reigns hitting he'll hit his spear and stuff anyway, but him, Kane, and The Undertaker would perform a triple tombstone. So Roman Reigns would perform a tombstone on whoever the opponents are, then pin, and then celebration after, and then after the match at the ramp by the Titantron, they all do this. They raise their fists in the air like the Brothers of Destruction do, and that if they did it, would probably elevate Reigns' status. I mean, if that didn't do it, nothing will. But having just a singles match for no apparent reason, having the Undertaker just lay down and let Reigns beat him is not going to get Reigns liked. I mean, people already are talking about what's going to happen in WWE. If you're listening to this, you need to pay attention, because you don't get somebody cheered that way by having a legend just lay down for him like that, especially when people are expecting it. So, I mean, it's a stupid reason to have a match anyway, just because you eliminated him from the Royal Rumble. Well, a lot of people got eliminated from the Rumble. If that were the case, the WrestleMania would be filled up with those type of matches of people that got eliminated from the Royal Rumble. So, but I think what I just stated would be a better idea overall. But, you know, will it happen? Probably not. Does WWE ever listen to the fans? Not too often. But WrestleMania this year is pretty predictable. I mean, Chris Jericho's supposed to fight Kevin Owens. We all know what's going to happen there. Randy Orton's either going to fight Bray Wyatt, or Cena wins the title back, maybe John Cena, but that'd be stupid. So it's probably going to be Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton for the championship. Charlotte's supposed to actually lose at WrestleMania to Bayley, I guess. That whole pay-per-view undefeated streak is stupid. That's something that a legend should have, not somebody like Charlotte. But WWE doesn't see it that way, so whatever. But WrestleMania this year doesn't really have me that excited, at least not right now. So, but I already know basically what's gonna happen. I mean, like I just said with the Undertaker, if they go that route that they say they're gonna do, I mean, they think they're just because, like if Reigns beats the Undertaker and the Undertaker raises his hand after, do you really think that's gonna do anything? Okay, Reigns beat Triple H last year for the title in the main event of WrestleMania. Okay, and the year before that, he fought Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. So, if this guy's not well liked yet, then he's probably not going to be. As big of a legend as The Undertaker is, he's probably not going to really change that. But yeah, just raising his hand at the end, that ain't going to do anything, especially when people are already expecting it. You have to understand that this day and age, all those things leak online, so it's like you know what's going to happen before it happens. it's not going to do any favors for The Undertaker to have another loss at WrestleMania. It's not going to do anything for Reigns, and it's going to also screw up what Lesnar did as being the one that ended the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania. So if WWE goes the route that all signs point that they're going to go now, then they'll really be killing 3 legacies with one shot. But sorry. But they go that route, well, it is what it is, I guess. I guess you got. Thanks a lot. Sorry about that. The cats are fighting out in the living room. What was I gonna say? They're supposed to be a lot of people either retiring or getting close to retirement this year at WrestleMania. I heard Mark Henry, Big Show, Kane, all these guys are close to retirement. We know Undertaker's close. It's going to be probably a very different WrestleMania year from now. So prepare for that. But you just have to wait and see what happens, I guess. Still early 2017, so not much has happened yet. Raw's tonight at 8. So more matches should be announced for the Fastlane pay-per-view on March 5th. But we'll see. I mean, doesn't look too bad thus far. But as far as WrestleMania goes, at this point, it's a toss-up. I don't know. Sorry about the interferences. Curtain behind me is open because it's the only way to get heat in this room. It's cold here, fortunately, and we actually got a lot of snow, which we haven't hardly had past like a couple winters, but came now, that's for sure. And I won't be riding my mountain bike anytime soon. A lot of stores are closing around here, so it makes it harder to find like the wrestling DVDs and stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Like I said, this is episode 7, Wrestle Zone. Sorry about the interferences. But I don't have a guest with me today. Probably have more guests in the near future. The reason I don't do these out all the time is because I do a lot of other stuff, and I feel I actually need to get on the ball and film some other YouTube videos too. I'm gonna try to do another one after this, but as I said though, last night's Elimination Chamber was a overall, it was a good show. It's done well. And I watched it with my friend. He didn't stay for the whole thing because he got tired, but it was a good show, though. I mean, good matches. The Nikki Bella versus Natalya ended in a double count out. And they were still kicking the shit out of each other backstage, so we'll see where that goes. The chamber match itself, one thing I liked out of it, well, I liked the whole thing, but one thing I really liked out of it was The Miz got eliminated. I hate that fucker. So that's why I think having him face Cena again at WrestleMania, even in the tag match, is stupid. Because what if he wins again, then The Miz is 2-0 over Cena at WrestleMania? Think about that. Technically, I think that match was restarted that they did anyway. 2011, so he might actually already be 2-0. If you want to get technical about it, so maybe he would be 3-0 over Cena at WrestleMania. Oh, that would suck. SmackDown is Tuesday night, so that should be interesting. Because Bray Wyatt's the champion now. He definitely deserves it because of the shitty booking that they've had on him. He really earned that championship. He finally got to the top of the mountain. Bray Wyatt's cool. I like him. See, in my opinion, if they were going to end the streak in the first place, they should have just waited a year and had Bray Wyatt do it. And that would have elevated his status. The thing I will say about The Undertaker is he'll help put over a lot of superstars. He's done it over the years countless times. You may think that John Cena does it. He does it to an extent, but like he doesn't do it enough. Like Chris Jericho's the same way. I mean, really, Jericho should have. AJ Styles should have beat Jericho last year's WrestleMania, and that match was actually like the fourth time that they fought, so it's pretty lackluster. So, but John Cena and the Nexus, even he says that was a mistake. Had a feud with Bray Wyatt when Bray Wyatt first came up. John Cena beat Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania and also beat him in the last man standing match. So that's not how you build up somebody, is having them lose constantly. I mean, Bray Wyatt's lost a lot of feuds since he's debuted. So. I mean, John Cena's done everything that there is to do. Undertaker's done basically everything there is to do. But now, trying to put over somebody that can't be put over, that's another story. And I think that's the case with Reigns. Like I said, let's say that he beats The Undertaker, which that match happens. Obviously, he will. Undertaker raises his hand at the end. I mean, what's that going to do? That's just going to, people are going to be so freaking pissed off at the outcome of the match itself, they're not going to care. So, but, well, WWE, as usual, you'll learn the hard way. But, whatever, Like I said, I gave you an option in this video here. Whether you listen to it or not is up to you. If you actually watch it, I mean, I'll repeat it once again. Just so have the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker, team with Roman Reigns to face, 3 other guys. Let's just say Mark Henry, Braun Strowman, and then pick somebody else. Have Stone Cold Steve Austin as a special guest referee. Have JR and Shawn Michaels on guest commentary. Yeah, get rid of those freaking other 2 idiots. You can keep JBL, but get rid of the other 2. And just have those 3 on commentary. JBL, JR, and Shawn Michaels. Then have Vince McMahon as the special guest timekeeper. And have Stone Cold do his beer thing with the celebration, but not after the match, after the triple tombstones in the pin. Have Stone Cold Steve Austin call for the beer and then celebrate the winners in the ring with the beer, and then at the end of the when they walk up the ramp, just have them do this. Reigns, Taker, and Kane, and that should elevate Reigns' status if you did that. But yeah, you would have to do it first. But yeah, just having a singles match for no apparent reason, Reigns versus The Undertaker. It's not a very good idea. That being said, I don't really think Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt for the championship is a very good idea either. Personally, I would throw Randy Orton with Goldberg and Lesnar to help elevate that, because right now people already know. They already think Lesnar's going to win. I think Lesnar's going to win. So, throw him in that match, since it's supposed to be for the Universal Championship anyway, and have Bray Wyatt face somebody else. Like, I don't know, somebody else coming back soon, or what? I don't know. Let's say, Finn Balor's on Raw, so it can't be Finn Balor. Somebody from the SmackDown roster. Not James Ellsworth. They need to get rid of that stupid idiot. God, that kid's annoying. Let's say Baron Corbin. That would actually be perfect. Baron Corbin versus Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship main event. That'd be perfect. Then you have Bray Wyatt versus Bray Wyatt versus Baron Corbin for the WWE Championship, and then Brock versus Goldberg versus Randy Orton for the Universal Championship. Bayley versus Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship. The Undertaker, and Kane, and Roman Reigns match that I mentioned. Shaq versus Big Show. That'd be interesting. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I assume, is still on the card. Naomi versus whoever for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Dean Ambrose versus anybody but The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship, and Jericho versus he's supposed to fight Kevin Owens, but I don't know. Well, let's just say Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States title, or U.S. Championship. So, not a bad card, but not great either. But Undertaker and Kane match would be not only would it elevate the status or ratings if they did it, but it would elevate the status of WrestleMania as a whole. But they'd have to do it in the way that I explained. If they don't, then it's just not going to work. But I don't know. But should be interesting nonetheless. Anyways, as I said, this is the 7th episode of Wrestle Zone. I hope to have more guests here and there every so often. So, anyways, I think that's about it for now. Like I said, these will vary in length. I don't time them. I don't say I'm going to do an hour or a half hour. This one ended up being a little less than a half hour. So, hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been a while. Just it's cold weather and stuff. Winter time. It's hard to have the energy to do anything sometimes. That's why I haven't done one recently. Technically, I should probably have at least 10, 12 episodes of this by now, but this is only the 7th one, so. But I try to do what I can with what I got. I mean, I don't have the resources that a lot of these other YouTube users have, but eventually I'll try to evolve. But like I said, this one is supposed to be a talk show anyway, so. Some people need to do some research when they do videos. For example, I just watched one from What Culture Wrestling, where they talk about Shawn Michaels when he climbed up from under the elimination chamber to kick the Undertaker. They said it was 2011. I was like, it's 2010, you idiots. And then they appear to get another one wrong too, where John Morrison climbed up to the top of the chamber, and they said that was 2012. From what I remember, that was 2011 too, because I don't think John Morrison was there in 2012. Yeah, I think John Morrison left the company. So. Guys, you have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You need to get it right if you're gonna do these videos. I mean, I know I make a mistake now and then, but I try to know what I'm talking about. But anyways, guess that's about it. Like I said, sorry about the interferences. The cats were fighting out in the living room. I have 2 cats. Well, I think you've seen both the cats in some of my videos. They'll jump in and make themselves seen. But they like to wrestle. They watch wrestling with me, so they actually Coco's actually suplexed Raven more than once. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I guess that's about it for now. For episode 7, but I'll catch you next time. And as Hank Williams would say, which is this fella right here. As Hank Williams would say, if the good Lord's are willing and the creeks don't rise, we'll see you again before long. But until then, have a nice day.